Hello. The video you are about to see contains images of dolls only.
Hello everybody.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Ollie, what are you doing? Who've you got, Mr. B?
I've got the shaky Merranelle today.
Shaking the whole sofa. We've got wrist rattles for Oliver and Merranelle, and we're seeing how they're liking them, and they're absolutely fascinated with them. And do you know, I said to Nicole, we were talking about this, I think it was last night and the night before on FaceTime, and she said, little babies really love wrist rattles. And I said, I have never seen any wrist rattles here. I've seen them in America, but have I seen any over here? And I went shopping for baby stuff, and what did I see? A pack of 2 wrist rattles. And Ollie and Merranelle both absolutely love them.
Is that a good sound? Is it? I think it's a pretty good sound.
What are you doing, Mary? Is that nice? Is it nice, is it? And he's trying to work out where the sound is coming from. And this one is it's a flower with, I think that is that a caterpillar?
Yeah.
There's a caterpillar on it, and Mr. B's has got a flower with a butterfly. On Merranelle's rattle, there's a flower with a butterfly, and they're quite cute. Hey, no, don't hit him! Don't hit him!
She's got the idea that if she shakes it more violently, it makes a louder sound, which is rather clever of her, I think.
Absolutely. So, do you want to tell Ollie? You're going to tell everybody what you did this morning? It wasn't very good, was it? What did you do this morning? What did you do? He was lying on his changing mat, and I was just about to dress him, and I went over to the changing bag to get some more baby powder. And when I came back, he had rolled from his changing mat, because I had the changing mats on the floor. I don't have a changing unit here, and it's actually safer for us to have the babies on the floor, because with us, they could roll off something. I'd rather have them on the floor, so I had them on the floor. And he had rolled over onto Mary's changing mat, and he had stolen her wrist rattle, which was kind of dangling off because the Velcro had come undone, and he was making her very annoyed, weren't you? Didn't like that, did you, Mary?
No, she didn't.
He was being a little monkey. But you weren't going to stand for any of that nonsense, were you? She is one lady who does not let anybody muck her around. So what does she do, Daddy?
Well, she went and tried to get it back. And who wouldn't? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, and she made a very loud noise, didn't you, Mary?
She always does.
Yeah! He's gone off with my rattle! So we thought somebody was being murdered, so we all came running, didn't we?
That's right.
Me and you and Bert and Jack and Lacey came running from their lessons, and we wondered who was sticking who with pins, didn't we, Mary?
She can talk when she wants to.
Well, I don't know about talk, but she certainly can scream the place down. Goodness me. So, yeah, it was a bit. So, what we thought we'd do today, as well as chat and show you the 2 babies in these cute outfits that they've got on, is we would do a little kind of tagette thing with you. And it's just a little one. It's one question, and it's something that I thought of. I was actually talking to Nicole about this. my friend Nicole from Nicole's Little Ones, and we were kind of mulling it over, and I thought it would make a nice, one of those kind of little mini tags. And I call it Reborn Kit Wishes. So basically what this is for reborn kits of the future. I know that, lots of people might wish that there were reborn kit babies that were like...
Here, hang on a minute, we're meant to be doing this bit.
Oh, you're meant to be doing that bit? I'm sorry, I didn't think you'd got your notes. I do
Yes,
apologise.
we're meant to be doing it, aren't we? If Merranelle could speak proper words, she would be saying that.
Oh, I apologise. All right, you
I
do
should
it.
think so as well.
I'm sorry. Goodness gracious. I'm having trouble from both of them today.
Well, I know. There we are.
We'll just ignore them, won't we, Ollie? We'll just play
You're
with our caterpillar and ignore them.
No, you're allowed to speak when we say so. And not before. Okay? Isn't that right, Merranelle? Right. So... Right, suppose reborn kits can be changed to make them better. Now, if you think about it, we'd all like to see robot kits that can have specific expressions and lots of far-fetched things. You can imagine that, can't you? But thinking about what is possible, if you had 3 reborn kit wishes, what would they be? Okay, you can speak now.
Shan't.
You can. If you don't, Merranelle is going to attack you with this rattle, whether you like it or not. Now, come on, we haven't got all night.
In an effort not to derail the video. Okay, first of all, there are a couple of things. I've got 2 that might one day happen, and 1 that probably won't ever happen, but I would really like to see it. So, first of all, if you have a baby that has eyes inserted, I would like a little magnetized eyelid that could be dropped over the eye with eyelashes on, so that you could have your baby either awake or asleep. So then, basically, you can't have open and shut eyes like a doll, because that would make it look like a doll. But it would be so cool if you could actually have a baby that was you could either choose whether it was an awake baby or an asleep baby. Because I love both, but it's so hard because some of my favourite babies are asleep babies, but I'd love to know what they were like when they were awake.
Actually, that would be a really good idea.
Yeah. So that is one of the things I would really love to see. Now, the second thing is, in this day and age, there really should be better provision for a baby to have a voice than the tiny, tinny 7 seconds of sound voice boxes that I've seen. That's all I've seen, and I can't even find them now. I think that kits should be able to be designed. You should be able to order a body with maybe a little tiny loop sewn onto the front to which you can clip a device for giving a baby a voice, or maybe a pocket into which you can slip this thing. Now, speakers do not have to be large these days. If you think of the sound that comes out of your phone, you know that speakers don't have to be big to be a decent quality of sound. Not brilliant, but enough, So it doesn't have to be big. It could be chargeable on a micro USB, so plug into your computer to charge it. It could be, I think really it should have preset sound. We were talking about being able to program your own. I think if you did that, you would run against copyright problems. If you used it on YouTube. I think the sounds, you should have preset ones on these. Otherwise, you're going to run against copyright problems. But certainly, I do think that something better should be able to be done in this day and age than a 7 second, recordable device. It's really not good enough. I think a baby voice should have a crying sound, a gurgling sound of some description, and a feeding sound of decent length. You're not telling me that 7 seconds is a suitable sound to bring a baby to life, because that's ridiculous. You know, a breathing mechanism doesn't go on for 7 seconds, for heaven's sake. So why should a voice? You know, it's not on. I really would love to see a decent baby voice. So that's my soapbox for the day. That's an idea that I really, really would love to see.
Yeah, I like that one as well.
I've seen a really good breathing mechanism. Nikki Holland, still known as Nursery, has designed with her team a really good breathing mechanism. And it's much better than anything I've ever seen. So I don't see why we can't have decent voice mechanism that doesn't affect the baby's feel in this day and age, and that sounds decent. And the third one, this is basically, again, something that I would like personally for me. I don't know that this will ever happen, but I would love it. I would love to be able to buy a painted kit with eyes inserted and painted hair that I could assemble myself. I think lots of people are shut out of the joy of actually making a baby exactly the way they want it, because they can't paint. I'm one of them. I know others. And I'm not trying to down-cry anybody's art. It's wonderful and amazing and a true work and labour of love. But, I did work on Marcellus recently, and the joy I got from getting that baby right and putting him together and just having him how I wanted was wonderful. But it was spoilt also, because I had to content myself with doing the body, and I couldn't do the arms and legs because I just couldn't get those cable ties undone. My fingers are too bad to get into those tiny little gaps. And I would love to be able to put my own babies together, but unless I want to put unpainted kits together and call them my babies, which I really don't, I can never do it. The only ready painted kits I've seen are custom jobs, and they are more expensive to buy than buying a new ready assembled baby would be. So that's just a personal, but it's something I would love to see. I would love to see that you could buy kits ready painted with maybe painted hair and eyes put in, that you could, new mummies could assemble for themselves if they wanted, and they could get them exactly how they wanted them. It would be terrific, I think. But yeah, those are my reborn wishes. If you have wishes of your own, I'd love to hear about them. This wasn't an opportunity to jump on my own personal soapbox, by the way. It was something that we were talking about. And if you have any of your own ideas, I would really love it if you'd like to do this one too. So tag me if you do, and I call it the Reborn Wishes Tag. So yeah.
Merranelle says that every baby should be exactly the same as her. She should be cloned.
And Oliver says that every baby should have a smile as gorgeous as his. That's his reborn wish, isn't it? Well, we wouldn't say no to that, would we, Auntie Rhea?
Oh, absolutely not. We're not with that absolute charmer.
So anyway, we're going to love you and leave you now, and we will be back tomorrow with the comment roundup. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves.
And enjoy your babies with toys. And
let's be good to each other. Bye.
Bye.